welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E.
I'm D.
And today we're going to talk about, I guess, a person that we don't talk about often. I think we've only had one video about him, and it's Travis Scott, not Disick, Scott. Still Kardashian related because, we're obsessed and they're always in the media. So,
Yeah.
hey, bear with us, okay? But today's topic is basically where's the KarJenner support? You, if we've been following the last couple years, we've seen some things that Travis Scott has been involved in, aka Astro World, that was like huge.
Yeah.
And the Kardashians haven't been there like they typically do. Kind of like with Scott, with Trish Trash. What did you call him? Garbage ass Trish Trash.
Yeah.
After his mom passed away. So we're just here wondering, and of course, researching where's the Kardashian support for, Travis Scott. So we stumbled upon two theories that we wanted to talk about and discuss here. And Dee's going to start us off.
Now you guys know that we love our theories over here on Hear Me Out.
We do.
It's our thing. So we've been talking about this for a little bit, and one of the theories, right, starts off with how we all remember the infamous Astroworld tragedy, which we have talked about in the past, that placed Travis Scott inside a vortex of negative energy from which he hasn't been able to exit. From lawsuits made by many of the victims' families to other serious issues that have come from that, Travis has simply attracted a lot of negative attention. Now that Kylie Jenner seems to be completely enthralled by actor Timothy Chalamet, Travis Scott seems to have no more room within the Kardashian family, which is odd.
Mm-hmm.
There's even proof of this after a recent event where Travis Scott is completely involved, but he was ignored by the Kardashians and the Jenners. Travis's birthday's in April. Every single time a member of the inner circle has a birthday, all Kardashians and Jenners tend to post on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the love?
I know, especially from Chris. Chris always has the same thing. I don't know why I always notice. He's like, oh, Chloe, you're the best mother, daughter, sister, brother, cousin, relative, entrepreneur. They all have the same little spiel. So I was surprised not to see, hey, Trav Scott, because we call Trav Barker Trav also. Happy birthday,
Right.
Stormy and Air's daddy.
Right. So, given that Travis Scott is the father of Kylie Jenner's children, everybody expected there to be a post. However, this never happened. In fact, there is complete radio silence when Scott was always greeted on his birthday by at least one of the Kardashian family members. He is still the father of Kylie's two children. We all wonder if this has anything to do with Kylie's recent love story with Chalamet, which it most likely has.
What do we think?
So, the whole public birthday thing, it's kind of sad that literally this is the world that we live in now, where it's like, oh, they're not posting a happy birthday thing, so it's like, are they not cool anymore? Because I even see it just on like a micro level, right? Like just us regular people. Like I'll see normally somebody post about someone's birthday, but then they won't post about someone else's birthday, and it's like, I wonder why. So it's like if we're thinking about it, right, like on a regular person micro level, I can't even imagine on such a public forum how, it might have been viewed that Travis wasn't really, as embraced, given that most of the KarJenner women aren't with the father of their children, and yet still, some way, somehow, there is always love and support for these other men, and it's odd that Travis hasn't received the same sort of energy from them. Very odd.
Yeah. I don't know. Does Kylie have that much influence? I guess I'm just surprised. Chris is usually like a bystander. Like she'll be like, "Oh, he's still part of the family." Even though I keep remembering that episode where everybody was pissed that they weren't inviting Scott to, like, was it like a Christmas party or something?
Oh
And then
yeah.
Kendall was like, well, you're not inviting my dad or something like that. So
Right.
I think it's just, selective,
Yeah.
whatever the word is, selective,
Yes.
what's the word?
I can't think of it, but I know what you mean.
You
Like
guys know what I mean. Yeah.
it okay, so now you bring up like a good point. Kendall saying what she said, it literally applies to so much of what they do, right? Because okay, they had beef with Caitlyn Jenner, right? So therefore, Caitlyn Jenner was not a part of certain celebrations, right? Caitlyn Jenner was not embraced. It wasn't until a few years ago where they started posting happy birthday posts to Caitlyn Jenner, right? But even like as far as a few years ago, Chloe was still doing birthday shout outs to Kanye. Even just this past year, they've all, kind of one way or another supported Trish Thompson, you know, and they still support Scott Disick. And so it's like, okay, I mean, Travis Scott, I think, has been probably the outlier of this whole family vortex here, because he, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, is probably one of the only males to be involved with these women who has his own family, has his own identity separate from them. Like he had a whole rap career before Kylie. Not to say that Kylie didn't have some sort of influence in him becoming bigger. She did. It's been documented, that with her kind of like posting stuff about him and whatnot, it made his Instagram numbers jump and all that. So there's definitely been some influence on the positive side with his involvement with Kylie, but he has sort of, in essence, kind of sidestepped the Kardashian curse because even with the Astroworld tragedy, as terrible as it was, that didn't mean that like he was no longer going to have a career. In fact, he just dropped another album. He's on tour. His collaboration with Nike is still like hella popular. You have people that sell his stuff for like huge amounts of money and people will buy it. His stuff sells out. So he is, I think, the outlier of the men in this family. And because he's still grounded with his own family that, is lives in Houston, they're not like in California and Calabasas with all these other, KarJenner people. I think maybe that's kind of played a role into him being, kind of separate and different from this whole thing. I know that like he, as we've seen on, different things, like he is very much like someone who loves his kids, someone who wants to be a present father, all of that. Um, but like it's weird. It is weird how this has gone down. And I don't know if it's maybe that they can't manipulate him in a way that they maybe have done with others. And they can't like, I guess, kind of they can't really touch him, right? And so it's weird. It's a very weird situation, I think, overall.
Well, just to elaborate on that, I think that, Kanye, Trish Trash, Scott, they've hit basically rock bottom with the Kardashians being around. Scott, his parents died within, I think, months of each other, or
Right.
yeah, months
I
of each
think
other.
so.
So just imagine that big loss.
Mhm.
Kanye, of course, we all know he hasn't been the same since Donda passed away. That's a big
Seriously.
loss for Kanye, but huge.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like, when we saw the old Kanye and this iteration of Kanye, it's all
Yeah.
because of Donda.
Right.
And then we saw Trish Trash, and Kimberly befriending him all of a sudden. You're gonna see another video, us, basically popping off about that. Um, and we do have another video where we're canceling Trish Trash. Everybody hates him.
Yeah.
But, as you guys might be keeping up, get it? Keeping up with the Kardashians. Um, he lost his mom earlier in the year. So, the Kardashians, like the superheroes that they are, have embraced him thoroughly and like, help with funeral arrangements. Amari, which is his brother, lives with Chloe. Apparently he lives with Chloe. Kimberly's hanging out with him. Like that's his brother from another mother. Like But Scott never got, I mean, Travis Scott never got that kind of love. And I don't think it's really Timothy Chalamet.
No.
But there are rumors, allegedly, that Travis Scott, is dating somebody that he cheated on with Kylie. Wait, did I say that right?
That he cheated on Kylie with.
Yeah, he's allegedly, and Kylie is furious and pissed, but I got to read more up on it, but that's what I've been seeing, so maybe that could also be contributing to
Right.
stuff. There's allegations that he cheated also. There was a cheating rumor back in the day, but Trish Trash is over there slanging everything that he has with everybody. He has community D.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
one indiscretion from Travis Scott is not that big of a deal at this point. I know I'm not condoning cheating, but I'm just saying compared to Trish Trash,
Right. Right.
he's probably a saint.
Oh yeah.
Travis Scott is a saint, not
Right.
Trish Trash. He's
Right.
garbage.
For sure. For sure.
All right. And then I guess theory number two that we stumbled upon is, of course, related to Kimberly Noel Kardashian. Why did I say her government name? I don't know. It has been reported that Kim feels that Travis Scott chose Kanye's side on the ongoing divorce. Scott reportedly betrayed Kardashian's trust by continuing to go out with Kanye West during the Donda 2 listening party. Travis Scott walked alongside West wearing a maroon sweater, blah, 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 blah. During the outing, the rappers also partied with Chaney Jones, who looks similar to West's wife right now, which is Bianca Sensori. Is that her
Yeah. No,
name?
she also looked like him.
Kanye has a type or creates a type, but this a prototype. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kim reportedly felt double crossed by Travis after she publicly defended him after the fatal Astroworld concert last year. Kylie is less than thrilled that Travis is spending time with Kanye while Kim is dealing with all of this drama.
Hmm.
Most recently, Travis Scott doubled down with his loyalty to Kanye on his Utopian concert in Rome earlier this month. So Kanye was there, and that's Kanye's first appearance since he caused the controversy and his anti Semitic comments. Travis said Kanye's music, um, he said that basically Kanye's music kind of like inspired him, and there is no Travis Scott without Kanye West. So I don't know. Could Kim, she's the leader of the Kardashians, so she's probably saying, "Hey, X-nay, Travis, yay!" At this point,
I think there could definitely be some friction there, but I don't think that I
it's
don't
a
think
stretch.
yeah, I don't think Kim has that power over Kylie. I think Kylie is definitely the one that would probably go toe to toe with Kim. I think Kylie's like her own person, very
Hmm.
much so. Um, could it be bothersome to them that he's kind of chosen Kanye's side? Yeah, probably. But it's like, of course, Travis was going to go that route. Like Kanye's been like a mentor to him. Kanye's been someone who's inspired him, like he said. So it's like, you know, there's there's people who feel that you can kind of keep things separate, right? Like the personal life of someone versus like their art. And I think that's probably how a lot of people view Kanye. Like, maybe that's why he has still so many fervent followers. It's like he does all these crazy things, but they don't phase his rabid fans because it's like they separate all that from his genius, his artistry, and all that. So I don't really think that that could be like a big factor. Maybe for Kim herself, right? Maybe for
Mm.
her, yeah, it could be like kind of an issue. Like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. I can see her being petty. I can see her, kind of like
But
wanting
they weren't
to.
even tight.
No, of course not. But it's still, one of those things where it's like petty to be petty. I think that's something that she's good at. And like also we all saw the way that Kim like kind of doubled down against Jordan Woods with the whole Trish Trash scandal and Chloe, and how she was like one of the main instigators in the little girl clique that they had going on against Jordan, and she was like going crazy and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if in fact Travis Scott did cheat, which allegedly he did. That she could be also kind of like all against him, but it's so contradictory considering her whole, like little relationship she's got going on. However platonic it may be with Trish Trash. And as far as like the rumor with Travis, like Travis Scott cheating, so the whole thing from it's been happening like for years where this rumor has popped up on and off. And I want to say earlier this year, was probably the first time where he addressed it or like he kind of like denied anything because the girl that he supposedly has been cheating on Kylie with on and off for years, she like posted a picture of her at a video set that was for I don't know if it was for one of Travis's videos or something along those lines. And so
Yeah.
Travis said he had, he had no idea who this person was or why they were insinuating anything. And then she came out and said, it was nothing like that and that she had nothing to do with him. But then she backtracked and said no, that she only did that because, the KarJenner mafia, basically, in her words, was like trying to blacklist her and, all these things, right? So if that's true, I don't know. But, where there's smoke, there's fire. Who knows? The woman apparently also looks like Kylie. Um, and
Everybody looks like Kylie or Kim at this point.
yeah. Oh, definitely. So, could there be, a little bit to these rumors? Maybe. But my whole thing, and it goes back to the topic itself, it's like, whatever the case may be, there's no way that he could have done anything half as bad as what Trish Trash did. So to like kind of ice him out, like goes against everything they claim to be about, which is family and this and that. And it's like, you know, the I want to say Kim also said something along those lines about how like, there was they did an interview, sit down interview with Andy Cohen, all of the sisters and Chris, and they discussed Tristan. And Kim, kind of said something about like at the end of the day, we still have to we still have to get along with him, or he's still a part of our family, or something along those lines. And it's like, no, ma'am. He's a part of Chloe's family. He's not a part of your family. Chloe's your family. Her kids are your family. He is not married to her. He is not dating her. He is just an extension of what used to be their family. Like, that's not
Yeah.
something for her to say. But could it be possible that she's, feeling the same way when it comes to Kylie? Doesn't look like it because you're out here, basically caving for Trish Trash, but not a word about, Travis Scott. And I remember in the past, like whenever Travis Scott, even when him and Kylie have been on breaks before and they've broken up before, whatever. Even while they haven't been together, I think Kylie's like posted, IG stories or whatever, and in the background there's Travis Scott music. I don't know that she's done that recently. I want to say that even Kim has, played some of his music and some of her stories. So that seems to be different now, and I don't know why, but it all seems very hypocritical. Very hypocritical.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Kardashians are creatures of opportunity at this point. I mean, we all know this,
Yeah.
but when when shit hits the fan, they're
Yep.
nowhere to be seen. What happened with this Balenciaga scandal that they never spoke about? I
Girl.
think Kim is, trying to slip it in these episodes wearing one little piece. No, girl, we have not forgotten. So
Right.
that was a huge scandal, I
It
think, in
was.
recent times
Yeah.
with a big fashion brand. And then I think, Astroworld is like equivalent in its severity,
Right.
where, there's people that died and, all these lawsuits and, it's pretty bad. And so, that one shout out of support, really? Like, that's it. That's all. You're not going to his court hearings. You're not, I mean, of course, we don't see everything,
Yeah.
that's going on, but, it just seems like when the going gets really tough, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah. No, like that's definitely what it seems like. That's basically the whole, what it's just kind of like appearing to everybody, right? Like could it be different? Sure, maybe there are stuff we're not seeing, like you said, but it's just weird. It's all very weird.
And remember that forced, you know, uh, what was it like comment viewpoint of Kim talking about Kanye's anti-Semitic comments and how she doesn't agree and
Yeah,
how it's basically we saw it in the episode. It's very calculated. If I say this, and then if I don't, then it's that. If it was up to her, she wouldn't even have said anything. She would have just let people,
it's true.
go really in on Kanye. Not that we care what Kim says or believes or whatever, but her one little comment, yeah, we don't condone, or we don't believe the same things that he does. And then
Right.
they just dropped it.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I said, very, very odd how all of this has kind of played out. And I'm interested to see once Travis Scott brings his tour stateside, how that's gonna go. Because like we saw
Are they going to
recently,
go to that concert?
right, Kim sure was at Drake's concert and she ain't got nothing to do with him. Like Chris went with Kendall to Coachella to see Bad Bunny set. Like I'm interested to see what would happen if let's say Kylie really is having this whole whirlwind romance with Timothy Chalamet. Like I don't know that we're going to really hear much about it because as we know, Kylie Jenner, both Kylie and Kendall don't exactly speak about their love lives like that, like their older sisters do. They don't really post it or they don't really have it in their show. But I don't know. I think something must be going on because Kylie has also been very quiet. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, if she does post anything, it's only about like, Kylie cosmetics or it's some kind of photo shoot or most recently she's been on vacation where she's still going with her quiet luxury looks. Um,
Mhm.
so could that be an indicator that she's still very much with Timothy Chalamet and maybe, him being a private person because he's not somebody who I really see out there or hear much about in the blogs. Like, could that be influencing her? Maybe. Could that also prevent her from supporting Travis? I think that would be kind of like a little bit messed up considering that is still the father of your kids. And you supporting him doesn't necessarily mean anything against your relationship. But again, we know how people are. We know how the blogs are and the way that people go off in the comments. So, like, it's all a double edged sword. But I don't think it's correct if they're out here supporting that garbage ass man to like not support Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Those are my
Guys, have you heard any other things? Because, I mean, that's what we stumbled upon. That's what we
yeah,
formulated and think. I don't know. Let us know what you think.
yeah,
Maybe Travis is over there. He's saved. He spread it out just in time before,
yeah.
he was really like dragged in or whatever. Or maybe he just saw them and their true colors and they didn't
Maybe,
support him.
maybe,
Theory number 3. He was
yeah,
like, "Oh, y'all ain't support me. F y'all. I'm going with my fam,
right,
my fans that do love me and,
right.
aren't pissed at me about Astro World and we got to rebuild basically."
I just thought of one last thing. When they went to the girls' graduation thing from their school, Travis Scott was there with his family, and there was no interaction between him and the KarJenners. Um,
No.
no, according to onlookers, according to bloggers, and according to people that supposedly have knowledge of it, there was no interaction. From the photos, Kylie didn't post anything with Travis in it. And you really didn't see, I don't know, but you really didn't see like, any kind of like in the background you could see some things or whatever, but like Chloe was there with Tris Trash. Black China, I'm sorry, Angela White, even she was there. Um, but there was no interaction, supposedly, allegedly, between Travis and Kylie, which is odd. I mean, it's their
That
daughter,
is
like, it's
But
weird.
there are appearances over everything.
Yeah,
So, they like to, put this facade like everything's
yeah,
good, we're a knit family. So for them not to even be speaking, it had to be something huge to be,
yeah,
to have that kind of fallout. And
right. It's
oh,
weird.
I didn't know that one. I gotta
Yeah,
keep up.
I
Is
forgot
it
about that. I forgot about that, but yeah, no, like that's so again, my final thoughts again, like it's weird. It's all very weird. And hella hypocritical, which, shouldn't be shocking, but still, like it's just weird.
Well, at the end of the day, he got his family, he has his fans. Hopefully this is not affecting his kids. F the Kardashians, yeah, and their drama, and
Yeah.
everything comes with it, Trish trash included. But guys, let us know what you think. Do you like Travis Scott? Well, what do you think about our theories? Do you have theories of your own? We'll love to know. We love engaging with you guys and commenting. It's like the highlight of our day. You guys are hilarious. Good comments, bad comments, we love them all. But that concludes today's episode. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our videos with your besties because we're your besties also, and we're trying to grow our community. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers, so we would really appreciate you guys helping us out. We also have social media, which is
So on social media, both Instagram and TikTok, as I have finally made it clear, it is Hear Me Out DNE, and that's D as in David, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward. So
I think you
again,
say Eldris.
girl, that's a little bit hard. So again, Hear Me Out DNE. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. And if you go to our banner at our channels page, it'll be on the Instagram logo at the top. You can click on that to take you directly to our page and follow us on socials.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.